Morning guys, so we're back in Berkhamsted, and as some of you may remember, last year we came to this job to do some island modification. So what we did, we took all this apart that was here originally, the worktop off, the stone, the hob out. These are all extras, so we replaced the two side decor panels. We've added these two cabinets and that shelf unit, a new plinth. We changed some doors, and we were down to put a bridging unit in for the fridges. Now, unfortunately, the panels that were sent by the German company that whose kitchen this is, they sent panels that were too short, so it's been taking them this long to get the panels to a height that I asked for. I asked them over height so that I could trim them and get them level. So our first battle has been getting this first panel in. So as you can see, we've got our laser line up. We've already cut it to height and level. We've trimmed it. We've foil taped the bottom and scribed it around the skirting. This one's fixed, but because we've got the stone here, obviously there's a small, you can see it, a very small overhang. So the client's made these little shims that are black that have gone in there. Unfortunately, the wall unit doesn't quite line up with the base units because that kicks out like that. So what we had to do is, this decor panel, we've had to cut it, as you can see here, we've had to cut it because the gap is smaller there. So we had to just cut it and put it back on, and that way then we've closed, because this gap was like 15 mil. It's now only 3 or 4 mil. So we need to put some shims in there as well. So but at the moment it's just got some packers just to hold the panel in place. So the next job is, we've then got to look at our bridge panel, which is just a panel. And then our next decor panel, which is going to go here, and then we're going to try and build some sort of an infill wine rack in there from scratch. So the priority at the moment is just to get the fridge section in, because that fridge and this fridge actually have a joining strip. So it's quite tricky to do this because we need to level each fridge as well. So if we build all of that and then put the fridges in, we're not going to be able to get to the shims to level the wheels. So we've literally got to build it in a way that it can be taken apart. That panel will just stay. We then got to put that fridge in, level it, put this fridge in, level it, and then rebuild our bridging unit and decor panel so that it's fixed, and then build our wine rack. So it's quite a tricky little thing we've got to get going on. We've done semi-hard part of getting that panel in the right place in the beginning. So now it's just a matter of making the bridging unit and so on and so forth. So I've got to take some more measurements, and then we'll see how we get on. It's going to be a fun day. See you soon. Okay, so the framework is all in. So we've got our brace across the top. We've got one across the back. That was just a random one. We've got to put some covers on those. Okay, so it's all in. The fridges are in. Our joining strip, which is in the middle there, is in. The doors need a slight tweak. The client's going to play around with that. So now we're going to build a little wine rack to sit in that bottom section, and then they're going to fit some shelves or something in later on down there. So that's where we're at. That's all done and dusted. We've put some black silicone down that joint and down that joint and across there with some whites just to finish it off. So officially that's that job done and dusted. That's what we were paid to come and do. The extras now building a little wine rack out of the old panels. So let's get my head into gear. Okay, so we're outside now because obviously we can't do no cutting inside. These are the leftover panels that were the wrong size. So we're going to rip these down the middle. Not necessarily down the middle, we're going to do 360, two 360 rips. Then that will give me all the sides and the middles I need. And then we got the other panel there, which will give me a top, a bottom, and hopefully loads of little shelves to make the dividers. So that's our first job really, is just to get that done, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so quick math. The average Howden's wine rack is 150 mil for your single ones, as you've seen in other videos I've done. So on that principle, allowing for a 150 space, we should get almost this board in half and get a perfect amount of spaces. So you can see we just marked out 150s and we literally have that much waste. So absolutely spot on. So we're going to rip those down and then rip it up the middle like I said, and then that will give me two sides and two centre pieces. And then we've got to do then is put little infills in, which we'll figure out how we're going to figure that bit out in a minute. Okay guys, you're going to have to excuse the poor video today because it is bitter out here today, and I do mean bitter. So what we've done, we've worked out, done all our calcs, worked out our even spacings for the wine rack. We've cut loads of uprights and we've cut a few of our shelves. So we've got shelves and then we've got our uprights. So now we're going to do, because obviously I haven't got the facilities here to do all the routering and bits and bobs, I ain't got the time, it's just a quick together job. So what we're going to do is we're going to put glue, the activator, glue the uprights, push the shelf in, and then use these as spacers, square it up, and then pin, and then we're going to do that all the way up. Like I was saying, we're just going to got our spacings, what we need. So we're just literally going to, like so, put that in there, like so, and then we're just going to hold that there until it's glued. Do that again on this side. These are all exactly the right size. We've measured them to that. It's not the ideal way of doing it, but we don't have the space all the time to do it any other way. So now that we're happy with that, we can then drop our shelf in, which will then be screwed through from the sides. That will keep all this structure rigid, and then we'll put a couple of pins down, and then we'll just repeat that process all the way up. Okay, so I am absolutely frozen solid, but it is what it is. But it's thrown together, a quick little wine rack. We've got our feet on, we've got our wine rack. We're going to use a black Sharpie just to sort these cut lines out, because obviously this stuff's just chipped a little bit. I haven't got the facilities to do edge banding and all that. We've got screws on top, but we've got enough of that to make like a worktop finish on it and a plinth on the bottom. So we're just going to take it in, put it in place, and then we'll touch up any bits that need touching up. Okay guys, so she's in. We've made a little filler on the left hand side. The fridge is all in. It's all secured, it's all solid. And there we go guys, another job completed and finished by DC Joinery. Very happy customer. They were so happy they could use those panels up and just fill that dead bit of space in with something. Once they throw a few nice, I reckon some nice oaky looking shelves just in that area as well, and that'd be mustard. But don't forget guys, like, share, follow, check out the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you Monday on the bathroom. Bye bye.